What is up, guys? It's Verns back here again with another Supercoach video. This time it is the round 11 review, and we are finally pumped for a great week of Supercoach. 24-55, round rank of 564. That is by far the highest round rank I have had all season. That's the highest score I've had all season. We had a few pods that went boom. We had a few anti-pods that kind of flopped, and it just worked out really well. Even with this, we somehow still only got 11 out of 12 trades, league wins, which I'm very surprised in. But yeah, I'm starting my new job tomorrow, so I did have to sort of kick this off tonight, which I'm sure you're all much happier with. Team, value getting really good. Yeah, just really hyped with this week. Up 11,000 spots to 32,000, so that's awesome. Yeah, it feels good. Feel good to get a few more good weeks in, and maybe we can actually still get to that top 1,000 if we can clank it all together. I mean, we've come into the bye weeks. We've just had a bunch of new DPPs hit as well. I don't know if any of them are relevant, but coming into the bye weeks, you can make up a lot of territory if you are set up correctly. And obviously, I don't have Zorko, someone that flopped for people this week. Don't have Fisher, Sheasel, Errol Goulden, things like that. So I am pretty good for this first buy round. Now, as you all do know, obviously Flanders was a laid out, and I was going to trade Flanders in. I did realize this before the game, so if you are up to date with my Twitter, which I do recommend following because all my trades go through there in case any changes I've made that I don't do a video on. So you can find me at Verns_SC to follow along there. You can also follow the Supercoach Hub or join us in our Discord. I'll put a link down below for the Discord and my X account so you can follow both around. But I guess while I am doing this, I'll splash it all. So I do appreciate all those that have tuned into this video, those that have liked and subscribed for your consistent injections of Supercoach content directly into your YouTube feed. But yeah, awesome week. We'll jump in. I didn't end up taking, as I said, Flanders, so I did pivot to Houston, which wasn't actually that good, unfortunately. I don't know, Houston into North, as much as I thought they would pump North, I did think that Houston would still score decently because he's that aggressive attacking defender that can sometimes kick goals, and almost did in this game too. We all know that I really want Nass, Wagner, Miller really bad because I just really love his run. And this week at the MCG, I thought it would be a decent week to get him, but I decided to prioritize Houston because it's probably best to get him after his bye when they do have that crazy Marvel run. But not too sure anymore. I mean, he did outscore Houston by 41 points, but it can't be completely results based. That decision. I think it was still the correct decision. Good bye week to get in. I still think Houston was the correct pick, and we will be playing for these 7 defenders. But yeah, we'll go over the team nice and quickly here. As I mentioned, Houston came in. So did Richards, who we got to field, and we were always gonna have to field because of Jones and Livingston down here. So that was really good. And out went, unfortunately, Wilson, who did score quite well again, but if I wanted to do a one-up, one-down, he sort of had to go. And Closely as well, who had quite a poor one. But yeah, Luke Ryan, 132, we took that as our VC against the Pies. Obviously, we get a draw, which, crazy for Pies to get a second draw. And this one I'm a bit upset with. The Essendon one I didn't really feel too upset with because it was like, oh, look, they were being a bit scary. Like, I was actually scared of losing that game. Where this Freo game, it's like, I never felt like we should have lost that game, so I was just more or less annoyed to draw. I really felt like we should have won that, so very disappointing. But yeah, Luke Ryan, Dacos, you VC'd either of those two, you'd been very happy and you would have taken that. Obviously, we were on Luke Ryan, and we were very happy with that. As I already mentioned, Houston comes through with a 77. Actually pretty disappointing. He did drop in price, but he's got the awesome bye week set up. And last time he did play Carlton, he did go massive on them, and he is an Adelaide Oval specialist, so could definitely have a good bounce back this week. And you can't blame games off, player trade-ins off 1 week. I mean, last week we brought Gorn in, got that 109, very disappointed in that, and we were like, man, wish we got Zorko instead. This week, I'll be honest, I'm so glad I made that play last week where I got Gorn over Zorko. That worked out way better in the longevity of things. And yeah, McGovern comes through with the 114, very nice. He's a pod player for us, so whenever he scores well, we usually do well. Nick Martin, 97, that's okay. I know a few people VC'd him and probably were a bit upset with this. And then Max Holmes, yes! Let's go, Holmesy. He finally cracks out 130. I've been saying it all year. He has the ability to go 130 plus, and there's always stupid reasons that he's lost 20 points here or there. And I reckon there's at least 5 games plus that he's lost 20 points here or there off last second clangers or just disposal efficiency, where I really feel like he should be pushing 120s or 100s or 130s. 20 points more on whatever he got. So to get the 130 feels really good. And even if you consider that, just even 5 of those games, which I reckon at least 5 of them, 20 points he lost, he's actually someone that you could say is playing at a 110 level. But unfortunately, he's just been shortchanged a little. And getting this 134 is insanely good for us. He's basically made 100k on his starting price. Obviously, we started him, so 90k. Picked him up, priced at 82. He's done 102 for us, so 20 overs going into Richmond this week. No joke, if you're watching this video and you don't own Max Holmes, you should consider him this week. Like, you should consider trading him in. I honestly think he's 1.5 at least, 105 at least. I think, look, absolute worst case scenario, he's 100, and maybe you're paying a little bit overs for his price, or a fair price for him. But I honestly think Holmesy has been shortchanged a lot this season, lost 20 points here and there, and as I said, I probably at least 5 times plus, and he should be almost a 110 average because of that. I mean, you could say that with anyone. Oh, they lost an extra 10 points each round, they're going to be a 130 average, but I really think Holmesy is still a good buy. He's got that mid-DP swing. He's always going to be my D7, M9 sort of swing man he was, and this is an awesome score from him. I'm so happy it all came together. He's going into Richmond. I'm pretty hyped for him. I'm pretty hyped for him to come back with a second good game here, and I really think he could. So yeah, that's going to be super hype. I'm so keen for that. Then we can jump on down to Butters. Oh, also Pink actually played for us again, so really happy here. Pink's starting to get some games in. That's 2 games where he's scored over 40 points, -5 break even. If he can just not be the sub and keep getting 40s, maybe he can get us that 100k we dreamed of. Oh, Pink. Awful pick. Anyway, jumping back to the midfield now. We got Butters, 113. That's fine. Happy with that. Bontempelli, 135. Also, really good score. Very happy with that. Dawson, 158. Let's go, Dawson! That's so good for us. Like, we've had a lot of bad things or bad picks sort of this season, but when did we bring Dawson in? We brought him in after his massive game, so we brought him in for North, so he's been in our team for 5 weeks now. What is his 5-round average if I actually have a look at that? Because that'll tell us what he's done in our team. 125.6 he has done for us. We picked this man up for 530k and he's done 125 average. That is elite. I love it. Oh man, Jordan Dawson. My boy. And then we have Dunkley, who we can also look at because he has been in that team for 3 weeks now, and he has a 101 average, and we paid 630k for him as well. I paid 100 more k for 24 less points than Dawson. That's insane. I hate this Dunkley pick. I hate it. He shows up for half a game. Like, he's only been in my team for 3 weeks, but of those 3 weeks, what I've learned is he shows up for half a game. And it's very frustrating because it feels like he's sort of leaving a massive one on the table. That's 2 weeks in a row he's done that. I think, 67 at halftime and then finished on this. So, 32 points for the rest of the game? 16 a quarter, basically? Like, bro, come on. That's so annoying. Saying that, you have moments, though, where it's like, does like a random punt out of a contested, ball up, and it just fell in Hawthorn's lap. And it's like, well, that's a clanger. Can't do anything about that. There was actually a really funny moment when I was watching this game, and Zorko punted the ball inside 50, and I saw it was a 1-on-1, and I'm just sitting there thinking, please intercept Mark. Like, give Zorko that -4 points clanger. And then Scrimshaw marshals out the Brisbane player and gets the mark, and I'm like, yes! And then I see the guy step on the mark, and it's Dunkley, and I'm like, shit. I actually really wish Dunkley won that 1-on-1 now. You know what? Zorgo can have those 4 points if Dunkley kicks the goal and gets like 12 plus the mark. I mean, bit upsetting. God damn it, Dugs. Crouch, 118. Super good for us. 110 average all season. Obviously, he did have a game that he missed, which sucks, but for his price, steal. So good. Speaking of a steal, still 101. We'll take it. He was a bit slow out of the gates. They got pumped. We'll take it. It's okay. Tom Green. That's someone I've actually hated owning. And maybe it's because I got a 5 points where I captained him. Maybe that might be playing into my bias here, but he has really sucked. And honestly, if I was someone that was looking at bringing in Tom Green, I don't even know if I'd want Tom Green. Like 112 average after his bye. You don't even need to get him there. I'm also going to zoom in for us because I know you guys like that and I realize I haven't done that. But yeah, I haven't liked Tom Green as an own. It sucks that we brought him in. Sarong would have been so much better on the week, obviously. And even on this week where Sarong in a down week, he was still better than Green. It was just so bad. God damn. Now this is when some decision making came into play here. As you'll see, I have Sullivan's 88 sitting on the bench here, and we obviously got to loop that on field, which was really nice. I had the choice of keeping I could have played Reed in the forward line, but I flipped him up here, put him on the bench, and then I had Flanders in the forward line. Obviously, I could have kept Flanders, kept Sullivan's score, and then put Reed down to the forward line. In reality, Reed scored 4 points less than Houston, so I would have had Flanders over Houston and lost 4 points, which actually would have been not bad, I guess, but I felt like there was more upside on making the correct play, and it didn't work out, but you know, I think it was correct. That's another thing I want to say. Like, this was actually really unfortunate for those that got like a premium out. Like, if you had a premium as a laid out at the last second, it was actually a perfect week for it. If you got Sullivan's score because of it, amazing. Jai Clark's score, amazing. Joe Richards' score, amazing. Fraser's score, amazing. Like, you actually had some great scores there that you could have picked up if Flanders didn't play. So it was actually kind of a good week for him to be out for many. I mean, look, plenty of people got that donut, and that's super unfortunate. But for those that are paying attention and that were able to, they could have got a really nice emergency score out of it. So it was actually not as punishing as it could have been. And, you know, if they had Rogers v, emergency and you got his 15, then that's pretty punishing. But if not, then, yeah, you're actually pretty rewarded. So, yeah, we'll jump on down to the rucks, and this is it. Max Gorn, 180. Let's go. I ran it back with the Luke Ryan VC into Gorn. Obviously, I was taking Luke Ryan's VC 100%. I'm actually really lucky here, though, because Gorn, a lot of people got scared off him when it was named before the game that he was doing sort of a fitness test to see if he would even play, and a lot of people jumped off, and it might have been more rewarding for me if he didn't play, because I get Sweet 74, where a lot of people would have got a donut, but the 180 makes me feel so justified in bringing him in last week. I mean, this 107 last week with this 180, that's 287. Zorko, yeah, he got a 160 last week, but then got like a 60 this week? I don't even know what Zorko got. It was bad, though. I know it was bad. Oh my God, guys, that was really poor typing. 66. So yeah, I mean, 220. So we actually outscored the Zorko play by 60 points. That's actually nuts. We talked about last week we only made 15 extra points by bringing Gorn in over just bringing in Zorko, but this week we made a ton of points, like so many points. Like, obviously Gorn outscores English, which is massive Sweet by 106, and then Zorko maybe pushes Richards out of the field, or means I don't get Sullivan. Zorko just means we lose a lot of points. So it actually ended up being the better play, and yeah, you can't. I mean, obviously it's 2 weeks, and you can't take the data just from 2 weeks, but you can't take it off 1 week either. And 1 week it looked bad, 2 weeks it looks great. So I'm feeling a lot better about that. Timmy English 100, very disappointing, but actually much better than Rowan Marshall and Grundy this week, so we'll take that. Sweet, awesome, making cash, that's what we wanted. Heaney 94, that's fine, everyone has him. Jack McRae, this one's really been hurting us. It's been hurting us every single week since we brought him in. I brought him in the same week I brought in Dawson, so we can look at his 5-round average in our team. 79 as a 5-round average in our team. Bro, I would have been better trading Jack McRae over Wilson. Like, why did I trade Wilson when I could have just traded Jack McRae? Like, he actually sucks. Like, watching him at stoppage, he's so slow. Like, I forgot who he was playing on, but he was like he was on the attacking side of whoever he was on. I remember seeing this, and the ball gets hit from the ruck contest, and because he's on the attacking side, the player that got it from him was just gone. Like, he just couldn't catch them. If he wasn't on the defensive side, he just was never catching that if it was ever hit to the other person's advantage. He was just way too slow at the contest. Very frustrating to watch, and a pick I hate, and one I honestly want to side with Daddy's buy if I get the chance. I just don't want this anymore. Sam Darcy, awesome. You did your job. I'm pretty sure your break-even's cooked now. You're 95. You're out of here. Bet, thank you for your services. Charlie Comben, woo, my boy. I mean, I talked about this guy a few weeks ago being a failed pick and just being like, yeah, guys, he's a failed pick. We just got to accept that we messed up, and it is what it is. You know what? He's now made 150K. He was a win. That boy was a win. I didn't see that coming. At 87 from him again. This is why we brought him in. We brought him in because we wanted a reliable on-field scorer, which we thought he would be, that could make 100 to 150K. And then he wasn't that, and we were like, well, we sucked. Wasn't the right play. We made 80K. We didn't have a reliable on-field scorer. He sucks. And like in 3 weeks, he's made another 60K on top of that almost, and just been boom, boom, boom. Like, look at this 3-round average. 88.3. Insane. Somebody asked me in Discord. So in the Supercoach Hub Discord, I was talking with Aussie, and they asked me, who do I field over Dempsey and Comben? And I'm like, get Comben on that. That boy's in form. They're going into Port. He's going to pump them in. The ball's going to live down there. I got faith in him, and got rewarded, so very nice. Sexton also so good, he's back as well. Oh man, these rookies have been awesome all of a sudden. They'd really sucked for me early, but now they're awesome, and I feel great. Richards also a superstar. So glad with him as well. Sullivan's obviously with the 88. He also got that free kick against right at the end that cost us a goal that he probably lost a lot of points off as well. He should have gone 90 plus. So very, very disappointing there. But it is what it is. Now we'll be looking at trades for this week, and I'm honestly... God, I forgot what I was going to say. How did I just blank so hard? I want to look at Flanders again. But somebody else I was considering is... Will Day was really fire. But he is into Adelaide, which is a restricted midfield usually. So a bit of a harder one to pick him up on. So I was thinking Flanders. Was there anyone else that stood out to me? I feel like someone else stood out, but... I'll just quickly go through my VCs. West Coast, baby, you on that Gov train? Get on that Gov train. That's right, we're going to VC the Governator. I will need a C loop, though. Caulfield cannot loop for me. Darcy Joe. Oh, yeah, wait, we're on bye week. What am I saying? I have a billion loops just sitting around. Perfect. The Governator, boys. Let's go. I could also go Max Holmes into Richmond. There's good options sitting around here. I'm pretty hyped for this. I'm pretty hype. If Sean Darcy is playing, Jackson isn't the play. If for some reason Darcy's out, then Gorn is definitely the C. I'll have to work that out later. But Govan, I think, needs to be included. And if he's the VC, then I have to look at someone later, which doesn't feel great, actually, unless I'm looking at a Geelong player, which doesn't feel great either. Oh, God. Okay, I'll figure that out in a minute, but let's go have a look at these new new DPP players and see if there's anything that's relevant. Something that was awesome this week as well. What's unfortunate is I could have brought in someone like Zach Merritt, but I didn't want to be bringing in a midfielder because it meant that I couldn't take Sullivan's score, and it meant that I would have got Harley Reid's score. Obviously, if we look at it now, it's like, yes, Merritt outscored Houston by 42, and... Reed only got outscored by, 15? So technically would have been a bigger win getting in Merritt, unfortunately. As I mentioned, Nass would have been really good for a bring-in. I also considered Rao, but I just decided the mid wasn't great because Sullivan was already getting me an 88, and I didn't want to take away from that. But yeah, Houston, as I said, the logic was there. I thought he could have a big game, and he has a good bye. So, such is life. That's all good. Okay, let's... Oh, yeah, and then I also want to look at this week's points. So this week's points, like, I knew I was going to have a good week because obviously Gorn, yeah, fair enough. Getting in Gorn really rewarding now. Ridley came in with a massive game. What a pot if anyone traded them in. I mean, maybe 551 teams that aren't playing anymore from the start of the season and traded them in and forgot about them. That's what I reckon because I doubt anyone traded them in, but if they did, what a reward. The Chad back-to-back great weeks, but yeah, Gorn, Dawson, Bont, Holmes felt great. Ryan doing well. Boak, he got forward DPP. Could maybe be oh god, he got plus 41k. I don't want to pay that kind of money for Boak. Stuff that. Yeah, because I was thinking like a 350k Boak, I could pay for that. I wouldn't mind that. But, Carlton is one of the easier midfield matchups these days as well. His 3-round average is going to look quite nice with these games. It's mainly the sub game that tanked him. Nah, I wouldn't risk it with Boak. He's not going to play the full season. Just someone I noticed when I was having a quick scroll then. So let's have a look. Who else have we got? I think it's usually most noticeable if you go to the line and you can see if they've got a little slip in. Oh, yeah, that's points this week. Salem actually went massive. So if you did bring in Salem, congrats. Could be a bit of a pod play if you want to go. Oh, Frio's actually one of the easiest teams to score on defensively. They're at the MCG as well, aren't they? No, they're not at MCG. But still, Frio's super easy team to score on. And then Pi is a super easy team for defenders to score on. Salem could have a little bit of a cheeky shot there if you really want. I mean, he's so cheap, why not? But probably not going to do that. Sorry, let's jump back to total points and let's see where play. Oh, actually, averages are best. So yes, Ridley, you did your thing. Nobody really jumping in that makes a difference here. Yeah, nobody I can see. Yeah, literally nobody. I mean, Ed Richards got midfield, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think he's a play either because obviously Libba's going to be coming back, so I wouldn't go near that. Yep, no relevant defenders that got it. That is fine. What about our forward line? Anybody relevant there? Sammy Flanders. God, look. When I click on forward line, my team really just... You see where I'm lacking. Sammy Flanders I want to target this round, I think. Brian Myers, Richards, Hogan, Moore. Yeah, we're already too low to the point that it just doesn't matter. Oh, Fisher plus 50k. Jesus. Yeah, I'm going to have to get Fisher after his weeks as well. I could have gone Fisher instead of Houston, but I didn't want to go Fisher until he's bye. That's okay, though. We got to at least see enough content of him to be like, he's good. Also, Richmond, West Coast, Hawthorn. That's a really good finals run for if you're playing for leagues. Yeah, I think Fisher has to come in next week, but we'll worry about that next week. Unfortunately, I have to pay quite a pretty penny for him. Lipinski... McInerney. Oh, wow. Why has Harms been so good after he cooked people early? Yeah, there's nobody relevant here either. Okay, so no relevant DPP switches. That's fine. Just wanted to have a cheeky look at that, see what we could find. Which was nothing. Okay, so Sam Darcy, as much as I want to move him out, I need to see who I actually have playing. Let's check my numbers first of all. I'm pretty good, I'm pretty sure, for this buy. So Dunks can go off for Reed. Green can go off for Sullivan. We can run the VC with Clark. Yeah, I already have pretty dead here, so it doesn't actually matter. Let's just switch in with Richards. Richards, you're not going to be my captain. Let's throw it on Combin for now. None of you are emergency. Pink is... I can just take the emergencies off for the funsies. Why not? Okay, so 6, 14, 12... Why did I minus 2? 16, 20. Okay, so I have 20 playing right now. And if I do trade Darcy, it doesn't really affect that. He also has a high break even, so it's a good time to get him on out. It's a good time to get McRae out too. Oh, god damn it, McRae. Yeah, nobody else with super high break even. Sullivan, good break even. Reed, good break even. Yeah, I guess if I have to look at my rookies as well, there's only a few really relevant rookies here. So we have these ones sort of here. And these guys over here, and there's no way I'm moving on any of these guys. So it has to be Sam Darcy as the first guy out. Wow. You have that much money on your head that Sam Darcy out puts me 500. Wow, that's insane. I don't even need to go anyone big to get Flanders in right now, which is good. If I want to go Flanders, I could go someone cheeky. Which I don't think I will. Anyway, who went big this game? That sort of... Oh my goodness, someone went Hind. So unfortunate. We obviously wanted to go for Hind as a sneaky pod play. But obviously, as you know, I asked my Essendon friends. We asked Big Joe from the Centre Bounce. We obviously asked Joshy. Sort of came back with Hind being a sub, not really thinking he's going to be good enough to stick in the team. It was just situational, so we didn't go there. Ended up being really good, but you know what? With the information we had, it just wasn't the play. And Josh even put it out on X, being like, look, I apologize to Hind because he's been really good for 3 weeks now, and shit, I had no faith. Which was funny. Yeah, nobody sticks out in this line that had a massive game that's like sticking out to me. Was there anyone in the midfield that had a massive game that sticks out? Nah, Cripps just did his thing. What about in the defense line? Was there anyone that did something crazy in the defense line? Obviously, Jordan Ridley was one. As I said, I really want to get Nass in, and Nass even went up 18k, and he's into West Coast. God damn. God damn. I mean, I could bring Nass in, technically. He's got a good break even. Into West Coast at Optus, which is usually a pretty open ground, but he's pretty bad when he gets away from Marvel, which is a little bit annoying. Wait, what was his fixture again for Nass? But then Gold Coast and Brisbane doesn't look good after that. Even after he's bye, it's not bad after the bye. It's not great after the bye, but it's mainly the Marvel run. Yeah, I guess I'll just miss Nass again. Such is life. So is Nass. Just gonna flip Combs back. Yeah, what's Day? Oh, I had a look at Day. Nah, I decided not with Day. Wouldn't mind a cheeky pod, but I might not do that. Yeah, Neil was definitely a play over Dunks, but such is life. Let's just get back to getting Flanders in, honestly. It's the correct play. Every week I miss him, it's just like damaging, I guess. I was good to, I guess, not have him for this week, but yeah. Now I just need to make some money. What rookies were there even? Like, what rookies are actually even available? No, you got dropped. I wasn't meant to click on you. No, you got dropped. You have a buy anyway. You also have a buy. No. Shit. There may just be no rookies to go to this week. Oh, damn. Hindsight, I didn't realize that there was literally no rookies available. Oh, D'Ambrosio's back, boys! That's obviously a joke. We're not doing that. No, I don't want to be bringing in some basement rookie that's not even playing. Oh. Okay, let's look. Who would I even be trading out here? So the trade out, not Clark. I'm going to quickly put this on. He should have a good break even. Yep. Not Clark. Could be Garcia. Technically, it could be Combin. But I wouldn't mind holding Combin for better coverage over the buys. Nah, but then I'll probably end up just trading him next week because I need money off him. So it might end up being Combin. It's not great, but it's something I can do. So let's say I'll go Combin out. I have to kind of go to an elevated rookie. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Oh, gosh. Yeah, what happens if I just go for like a Ugelhagen? Someone that can just like kick a bag on someone. What's your fixture like? Oh, you got us. Hopefully you don't kick a bag. Oh, but Norton did go down, so you may need to be used a bit more. But you might also get the number 1 key defender. Oh, that's not great. No, Ugelhagen isn't a play. I'm kind of looking at people with elevated price tags right now. Caddy, you weren't bad, but... Do we have any mid-prices that we can sort of get on that are, like, doing really well? Okay, I'm going to cancel this real quickly because right now the players I'm looking at, because of the filter, it's only looking at forwards. So I got to find other players. Who else do we have? Oh, actually, I was looking before I moved Combin. So that was before the filter even came into effect. And there was still no one. Oh, sheesh. Oh, maybe it is Salem, boys. Maybe it is. Oh, that's no cap. I guess it is. Okay, on a serious note, guys, I'm not even joking here. I want to get Flanders in. And as much as it's like, you don't need to trade this round, Vern. Just don't trade. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I hear you guys. I hear you. But then I don't get Flanders for the week. I would kind of like Flanders. And this might sound dumb, but Combin is doing well. You know, he is doing really well. But I mean, I could bring in Salem which I think would give me the money for Flanders. Yo. Yeah, we just talked about how good Melbourne's run actually is, especially for defenders, because they got Freo, then Collingwood, both teams that give up massive points to defenders. We just saw Luke Ryan score really well on us, and we just saw a bunch of the Collingwood defenders score really well on Freo. I don't know why my internet's cooking. I'm guessing a lot more people have jumped on the app now. They all realized it's open, and now it's just cooking it. Yeah, Collingwood then North. Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't want to be that guy, but like, oh, man. You got West Coast again? Because technically, I could bring in one of those shitty rookies, and then they just end up dead. I really just want 100k. Do I think Salem could make 100k? I do. And I could bring in like Fraser. Can he make 100k from here? He may be able to make 100k from here. That's definitely a possibility. So it could be like a Fraser or maybe a Salem. I need to see if this even works. If this even works. I'm actually going to do Salem, guys. Like, if I can do Salem, I'm going to do Salem. We're going to go for a cheeky pod. And it's going to be so good. Didn't I trade you out? There we go. Can we do it? Can we do it? No, we can't. 314, I don't actually think we can. I'm pretty sure he was 320 when we just saw him. Holy moly, this is nuts. I might just wrap this here because it's taking so long just to load. Oh my god. Yeah, he's 340, too expensive. Oh. And they're like my most expensive rookies. Like, I literally don't have anyone else I could move that would earn me more money than these two. Do I skip on Flanders? More interested in skipping on Flanders than Salem right now because I just want to make money somehow. Like, that's pretty disgusting. Do I just get Sam Darcy to Salem and leave it at that? Okay, well, look, we'll call that for now. We'll call it for now. I'll probably put it out on X when my trades are, or maybe I'll do a video later in the week once I've talked through it a bit more. I'll talk to the boys on Tuesday night, see what they're vibing. Yeah, not many downgrade options, so yeah, kind of have to look in the mid-price range for these low break-evens, or I can look at these other rookies that have already had a bit of a price rise, which isn't too bad. Like I say, it's not too bad. It's not bad at all, but I just want to do something left of field, you know? Left of field gets a few extra points in the bank. Hopefully it does. But yeah, captains, VCCs. Oh god, we got to actually consider these. Butters could be a VC into Carlton, one of those midfields that has been giving up more points than what they were previously. Rao didn't really have a great game on them. Noah Anderson got tagged, actually. Yeah, maybe not the play. Bonds into Collingwood. Definitely an option. Could even be a Dacos into Bulldogs. I guess I don't mind that, so I would avoid game 1, Port and Carlton. Game 2, I'd go Bont. Game 3, yeah, probably avoid. Dawson could be a cheeky shout. I do love a Jordan Dawson, and he is in form. Playing at the MCG, open ground's really good for him, but he plays a lot better at Adelaide Oval, I'm pretty sure. And then, yeah, as I said, the big one right here. Do I go McGovern into Holmes? Wow. That would be spicy. I think, yeah, I'm not really too excited for anything before McGovern. So I think I might be going McGovern VC. That sounds pretty good to me. I don't think St Kilda's let the defenders go too massive. Actually, Salem just went really big on them. Man, Salem in hindsight, St Kilda, Freo, Collingwood, literally the 3 worst defensive best teams for the defenders to score in a row. Salem was a lot better of a shout than I gave him credit for last week. And then, yeah, maybe I could go for Max home angle. And you always have Gorn to be somewhat reliable. You can always sort of fall back on Gorn if you really want. Not feel too confident about Gold Coast and Essendon, honestly, anyone in this game. So I guess the 3 players I'm feeling... God, I guess the most confidence I have would honestly be the Gov Dog. Okay, so let's go Bont, Govan, Holmes, or Gorn. They're probably the 4 I'm going to put out there. Gorn has to obviously be the backup captain if you're going to do him. It's just a matter of who do I want to run before that. Do I want to give Max Holmes a run at GMHBA? He's usually pretty good at GMHBA. He's off a 130. It's into Richmond. It's a good chance he could be very good again. We have McGovern at Optus against St Kilda. Oh, man. Those both sound spicy to me. But I think I'm going to go McGovern VC. And probably a Gorn C. It's probably the safest option. But look, for now, we'll put in McGovern VC, lock it in. Hopefully, we can just straight captain him. Basically get the captaincy there. And if not, maybe I'll go with Holmes. But yeah, as I said, I'll update you guys later in the week. Sorry, I've been rambling for way too long. But once again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this video. For those that have liked and subscribed for the consistent injections of Supercoach content directly into the YouTube feed. And I hope y'all had great weeks like I did. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Peace. Later.